Dr. Snorowski, thanks again for letting me come in and observe your Bio 100 class last Tuesday. I got a lot of good observations that I'd like to share with you, and it actually was really informative. I never knew that the mitochondria was so important to life.
Well, it does make a big difference. We really die without them.
Yeah, I never really figured that. Here's a copy of my observations from last class. You can see that you started out with a prayer, took about 30 seconds, you went over some business for about a minute. You asked a few questions for another minute and discussed that. And then for the next 47 minutes, it was just lecturing on that PowerPoint presentation. I took an count actually about minute 15, and 198 and a half of your students were asleep or lost interest.
And a half?
Oh, well, there was this one guy who was kind of nodding off, and every time he'd knock his head against the wall, he'd wake up. I didn't know where to count, so I just gave him a half. But yeah, I mean, a good 68% were kind of lost interest, and then he finished about 2 minutes till, and so I think that comes out to about 2.5 minutes of discussion and questions and business, and the other 47 were in just straight lecture in that PowerPoint presentation. Is that what you intended when you were planning the class for that day?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you give me minutes, it does look a little bit overbalanced in favor of the lecture, but there's a lot of material to cover in this course, this meeting especially, this class period that you attended. So I had a lot of things to get across. Really, the PowerPoint was the way I was going to do that.
That's true, and that's kind of one of the, I mean, the parts of the cell, there's a ton of information to cover, I bet. If I could suggest one thing to improve on what we saw last week is to try to do some more student-based activities in your classroom. Is there anything you can think about that that you might be able to apply into this Bio 100 class to apply that?
So I need to ask questions that test to see if they're getting what I'm saying, but also to get them to think about it.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Is that? I suppose with the cell, what if I ask them, okay, the cell's like a factory. Now tell me the different parts of the cell and what parts of a factory they're like. So what would the mitochondria be in a factory?
Oh, it's the powerhouse.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that question work? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. And then you could maybe extend it to the entire cell and get have some kind of a pop quiz in the middle of it or something like that. Just to, that's exactly what they're talking about. And anywhere that gets them, because instead of you telling them the answer straight from PowerPoint, they have to come up with it themselves. And I think that will stick in their minds a lot further than maybe just a straight PowerPoint presentation.
All right. Yeah, I'll try that.
And then go ahead and keep that.
Thank you.
That's my gift to you on behalf of the Scout program. And then, you know what? Actually, I'd really like to see that put into practice. I mean, if you want, I could go and come back maybe next week if you wanted to try a few of those out for your next class period. I'd be happy to take the same observations and the same types of things we did last week, and then we can compare them and see if anything's changed.
Great. Yeah, I'd love that. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, you bet.